And basically, we're going to try to figure it out as we go along. I'm on YouTube and also on MixLR. And leading off the ball game here for Rock Hill Post 34, it's going to be shortstop number 2, John Wimmer. Leading off the top of the first inning for Rock Hill Post 34, shortstop number 2, John Wimmer. And I'm already a fan of the kill switch. No more hot mic, John Jennings, if you're listening. Daddy got a new toy. And I freaked out Ryan Chiz when I told the story. The pitch swung on and hit a mile high, shallow right center field, but the ball is carrying because of the wind. It's headed towards the wall, and it bangs off the bottom of the wall. Ryan Chiz is going to have to dig it out. That ball just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. When it came off the bat, it was nothing but a runner in scoring position, nobody out for Jackson. Nobody for Rock Hill. Second baseman number 4, Josh Jackson. Now, Mr. Jackson was the hero last night. He had 2 base hits. He drove in both runs in a 2-0 victory for Rock Hill. Wearing 2 microphones tonight. Good times. The good times is when you have to break out the turfs. Pitch swung on and missed. River Joy with an elevated fastball. Both umpires are college-level umpires tonight. They're pretty darn good. I know both of them. One of them a little more than the other, but both are good guys. The 0-1 from River. Nice frame job there by the catcher, Drew Gaff, but umpire not buying what he's selling. It's a ball and a strike to Josh Jackson. Runner at second, nobody out for Rock Hill. The pitch from River Joy, that's the slider, and he overcooked it. It's 2 balls and a strike. And if you're Fort Mill, you don't want to fall behind early at home, especially already down 1-0 in this 3-game set. But remember, we play Rock Hill, we play everybody in our league 4 times. There'll be a one-off later in the season. The 2-1 from River Joy, slider off the corners, 3-1. First pitch was at 7:02, by the way. Temperature 77 degrees. It was 87 when I got to the ballpark around 5:15. That rain came through and cooled everything off. It was like just a sheet of cold air. The 3-1 is swung on and a hard ground ball to Simmons at short. He's only got 1 play. That's the first, and he'll make it. That'll go as a fielder's choice. Runner moves to third for Riley Stout. Walking to the plate for Rock Hill, designated hitter number 3, Riley Stout. Still trying to get my microphones in the right situation. So the right-handed River Joy, the left-handed Stout. That pitch is swung on and a little looper out into right center field. Just a little Ric Flair, and it's 1-0 Rock Hill. Exit velocity of about 60 miles an hour, but it's an RBI for Riley Stout. And they draw first blood. The line continues for Ethan Wilson. Next up for Rock Hill, left fielder number 5, Ethan Wilson. So give the RBI to Stout. And John Wimmer scores again. Seems like he's been doing that all year long, whether it's post 34 or Rock Hill High School. That pitch stays high. He is getting a lot of attention from schools at the next level and also this thing called Major League Baseball. You might have heard of it. He's that good. The 1-0 swung on and a slow ground ball back to River, knocks it down. He's only got 1 play. That's the first. I think he tried to rush it just a little bit, but at least he got the one out. So runner at second, 2 down for Cooper Parks. Now batting right fielder number 11, Cooper Parks. So it's 1-0 Rock Hill on the RBI single from Riley Stout. Ended up being a very pleasant evening, but it wasn't that way about an hour ago. That pitch just swung on and missed. Rain started coming down about I think we scored it around 7 minutes, but it was a strangler for about 7 minutes, and we were that close to getting postponed. The pitch swung on and fouled back and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes to Cooper Parks. It's 1-0 Rock Hill, top of the first. Lights are on, but plenty of sunshine left over to our left. River comes set in the 0-2. Swung on and a slow roller. 2-hopper to Nico. He'll back up, glove it, throw to first is low. Scott Young holds the bag to retire the side. A run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We have the bottom of the first inning. Rock Hill 1. Fort Mill coming up. Rock Hill picks up 1 run on 2 base hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Rock Hill 1. Fort Mill Post 43 coming up.
Relationship, but it may freak them out.
It will freak him out a little bit. Let's just say I like new stuff, and the smell of plastic coming off something new. It's that nerdalicious thing combined.
Good old plastic.
Hey, listen, everybody's got their thing, right? The pitch, high and inside. Mine are new stuff and hats. Some would argue shoes, but I just like my shoes to be the same color of the outfit I've got on. I don't think that's a crime. The 1-0 whistled into left field for a base hit. Eli Craddock continues to be a rocket. Just like last night, except last night it did not end up in a base hit, but it does here for Bartolotti. So a runner at first. That pitch is swung on and popped up the chute. It's going to stay in play. Third base side. The catcher being called up by the third baseman who will make the catch. So 1 pitch, and that retires Bartolotti. Here's Gabe Simmons. So here's Scott Young. So around. Runner takes off for third. The pitch is swung on and a slow roller. Third base side. Third baseman's got to charge it. Throw to first. Good stretch. No, but the ball gets away. The ball gets away. Craddock will come home to score, and we're tied at 1. That'll work. My friend, because that was basically a swinging bunt. The pitch, breaking ball right in the front door, but a little bit high. So give Scott Young a base knock, an RBI. We're tied at 1. Nice response by Fort Mill.
Absolutely crushed it.
Exit velo of about, 35 miles an hour. Wouldn't even get a speeding ticket in Tega K. That pitch high enough to get pulled over for speeding in Tega K. Tell you what. So 2 base hits by Rock Hill, scored a run. Now Fort Mill retaliates, 2 base hits and a run scored. That pitch low and outside. So we've had a pop-up. We've had a little warmer to second, a swinging bunt. The hardest hit ball by a mile was Eli Craddock's base hit. The pitch right down Tom Hall Street, but it's ball 4 low. It's first and second for Sam Chiz. Fort Mill picks up 1 run on 2 base hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We head to the second inning, tied at 1. So after the base hit by Eli, pop up, then a fielder's choice, RBI single, a walk, and then Sam Chiz retired on the something you don't see a whole lot of, a 5 unassisted to retire the side. And when the third baseman gloved it and he went to look and he went to tag the runner, and I'm like, it's a force. He forgot for a second it was a force, and I think his entire dugout down this third base side was yelling, force, force, force. And it was almost fortuitous for Fort Mill, but not quite that lucky. So we head to pitch in there to a strike to Mr. Douglas. Tied at 1. Last night was a hitting clinic. Said no one ever. That pitch swung on and a little swinging bunt up the first baseline. River Joy shows the athleticism, picks it up. Underhand toss to first. Very efficiently done. 1 up and 1 down for Champaign. Walking to the plate for Rock Hill, third baseman number 6, Tyler Champaign. River Joy, a pretty good athlete. I think a lot of people just see him as a PO. He's not. And I can prove it. The pitch, slider in there for a strike. He was the quarterback on the football team for Coach Brian Lane last year. Then Hoover took over the quarterback spot. River Joy moved from quarterback to stopped up a mile high. This will go out of play, foul. One ball and 2 strikes to Tyler Champaign, a young man out of Legion Collegiate Academy. But they do feed Rock Hill Post 34. So you can see a right-hander slightly open. Heel off the bite. That's called strike 3. That's a beautiful pitch. Nicely done. So 2 up and 2 down for Jack Peeler. Now batting first baseman number 17, Jack Peeler. So the first strikeout of the night for Mr. Joy. And the pitch, that one misses low and outside. People were asking me last night, who's going to get the start for you tomorrow night? And I told them the honest truth, which is I have no earthly idea. The pitch swung on and missed. And they thought I was kidding. They started laughing. I was like, no, I don't think you understand. With Fort Mill High School, I'm part of the conversation. With Fort Mill Post 43, I find out when y'all do. The 1-1 swung on a little tapper back to the mound. Rivers got it. He'll throw to first, and ABC 1-2-3 goes Rock Hill. We head to the bottom of the second inning, tied at 1. Barshow, Cheese, and Gaff. The pitch, high and inside to Jonathan. Again, having to mute YouTube during the timeout between innings due to copyright. The pitch, outside corner, banged in there for a strike to Jonathan. 1-1 the count to the Catawba Ridge Copperhead. Cole Canty likes to work quickly. That pitch just swung on and hit straight back. A ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff man here in the bottom of inning number 2. The wind is blowing a good bit out towards the right field foul pole. That pitch is swung on and fouled out of play right side. And it'll stay a ball and 2 strikes to Barshow. Rock Hill wore all baby blue jerseys last night with the navy blue hat. Tonight they're in the red tops, white pants, navy blue cap. Another 1-2, breaking ball, call strike 3, got him. That's a gorgeous pitch. One up and one down for Cheese. So first strikeout tonight for Canty. That pitch is swung on and hit deep in the hole at short. Wimmer gonna gun across the diamond. Got him. What a play. Nicely done. Quickly 2 down for Gaff. Quickly here in the bottom of inning number 2. Pitch from Canty to Gaff. Inside corner, call to strike. We're tied at 1. Nobody on. 2 outs. The pitch swung on and missed. Slider out of the hand of Cole Canty. I've seen him earlier this year. I assume the gentlemen to my left have seen Cole Canty earlier this year for Rock Hill High School. He was their Monday night starter. That pitch swung on and fisted to the shortstop. A warm burner across the diamond, and 1-2-3 goes Fort Mill. We head to the 3rd inning, still tied at 1. Fort Mill goes 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the 2nd inning, so we head to the 3rd, still tied at 1. Game number 3 of this series, ladies and gentlemen, is tomorrow night, 7 o'clock first pitch right here in the friendly confines. And then we're ready for the tournament. The pitch just off the outside corner, ball 1. Are you ready for some pretty good teams? North Carolina, South Carolina Challenge. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Get your tickets now. That pitch swung on and missed. A little Linda Ronstadt to Surratt, and it's 1-1. The 3 North Carolina teams are Cherryville, Davidson County, and Queen City. That pitch is swung on, and a towering fly ball to Sam out in right field. Chiz moving around, still moving his feet, and he'll reach up into the Fort Mill sky and squeeze it for out number 1. Back to the top of the order we go, and John Wimmer. Back to the top of the order for Rock Hill, and shortstop number 2, John Wimmer. Pitch just off the outside corner, and you can see River is trying to get that slider on the outside corner. He has started a few batters with it. He's trying to get that strike 1. Pitch inside corner. That's a beaut. It's got glove side run, and it's not a 12-6. It's more like probably an 11-5. The 1-1 swung on and fouled off. I think it got a bit of gaff and a bit of the home plate umpire, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. And I told the gentleman behind the plate tonight about what Mr. Porter told me down at the CAA Baseball Championships, and he was very complimentary. He said, you be good at whichever way you wanted to go in the game of baseball. That pitch is swung on and a warm burner deep in the hole at short. Gabe Simmons guns it across. Bang! What a play by Gabriel. Just a nice little 6-3 ground out. 2 up and 2 down for Jackson. Next up for Rock Hill, second baseman number 4, Josh Jackson. So after Wimmer takes away an infield base hit, Gabe Simmons says, anything you can do, I can do better. That's the thing about Wimmer and Simmons. Defensively, they're going to go get it. The pitch swung on and a ground ball, first base side, and it just goes foul. That's a break for Fort Mill because that one was going to take a left turn and probably end up being a double. But as it is, it's strike 1 to Josh Jackson. He grounded into a fielder's choice. As we're in the top of inning number 3, that pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 0-2 to Jackson. And knock on wood, River Joy, he's in Vegas, folks, because he's dealing. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Catch you later. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, tied at 1. Rock Hill goes in order in their half of inning number 3. We head to the bottom half, still tied at 1. Leading out the bottom of the 3rd inning for Fort Mill Post 43. Top of the order at third baseman number 10, Eli Craddock. Oh, well, thank you, sir. You are a scholar and a gentleman. Checks in the mail. Make all your contributions out to CASH. The first pitch is swung on and a missile high in the air, deep left field, but very much foul. No balls and a strike. It's just a loud, obnoxious strike from Eli Craddock. He hit it so high and so hard and so far, the left fielder had to take a little timeout to get back in position. The 0-1 to Elijah, breaking ball in the dirt. Eli hit a rocket to left field back in the 1st inning. Came around to score the only run for Fort Mill. That was on an RBI single from Scott Young. And now before the 1-1 can be delivered, somebody called timeout. I think it was Eli. Rock Hill playing him with a big hole up the middle. The pitch outside corner, but off the corner, says the gentleman with the blue shirt. And it's 2 balls and a strike to Craddock. Fort Mill graduate headed to St. Andrews. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight wherever y'all may be across the fruited plains. The pitch. That one misses low and outside. 3 balls and a strike to the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 3rd. If you're a Braves fan, good news. The Braves defeated the Detroit Tigers earlier this afternoon in game 1 of a doubleheader. Final score was 10-7. That pitch is swung on and a high fly ball, deep right center field. Going back is the right fielder, and he'll call off the center fielder and make the catch for out number 1 for Bartolotti. Number 3, the pitch, outside corner at the knees. 2 balls and a strike to Bartolotti. And I'll repeat myself again. Why he's uncommitted, I don't know. This kid can just hit and play. He's athletic. The pitch swung on and a ground ball past the first baseman. And Nico Bartolotti, his on-base percentage continues to amaze. Score that one, Mr. It's just one humble man's opinion. But what do I know? Not much.
Mama Sherry gave me a look.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you better change it to green, my brother.
It's green.
Okay. You don't want Mama up here. She's a nice lady and all, but you know what I'm saying? That pitch is in the dirt 2-0. I'm just saying, you want to stay on the good side.
You do.
Hell hath no fury, like a woman scorned. And there are 2 things that make mamas really pissed off. Number 1, call their kid by the wrong name. Or 2, you rip them in the scorebook. They don't like that. They'll come after you. The 2-0, that one's high and inside, 3-0. Actually, the moms from Clover, I've gotten to know a few of them. Cool cats, really and truly. Just really, really nice folks. Runner at first, that's Bartolotti. 1 out. Simmons looks at strike 1 on the outside corner at the knees. Coach Romano in the third base coach's box. He's the head coach of York Prep. Joel Riley in the first base coach's box. The longest tenured assistant coach under Travis Collier at Fort Mill. The pitch swung on and ripped through the whole left side, base hit. Gabe Simmons gets a pitch up and out over the plate. Serves it in the left field for Scott Young. So now the go-ahead run and scoring position, and only 1 out. As I'm underneath the fan trying to dry out from a while ago, the pitch swung on and ripped into right center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Bartolotti had to make sure it was going to drop, and it gets by the outfielders. Bartolotti, and he's got Gabe Simmons right on his backside, and Fort Mill takes their first lead of the night. It's 3-1. So Fort Mill, just a straight-up double, sir? That ball hit the grass. I think the ball hit the grass, and because the grass is still damp, it's greasy. And that ball gets by the catcher. Scott Young now sees it, but he drops anchor. And that's a good call by Scott. Scott Young with a double. He stands out at second base. He's got all 3 RBIs tonight, and that's going to bring a visit to the mound by Coach Jeremy McCoy. to play foul left side. We're in the top of inning number 4. Fort Mill with a 4-1 lead. Pitch from River Joy. Outside corner. Nice frame job by Drew Gap, but it was off the corner. And it makes you wonder if the night is over for Cole Canty. We don't know yet. The pitch swung on and missed. And it's 1-2. The other thing is, just because he pulls Cole Canty, that doesn't necessarily mean Canty's out of the game, because he is a very good position player for Rock Hill. The 1-2, fastball high, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Riley Stout. That pitch is swung on and hit high in the air, deep left field, but foul. It'll stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. The wind's still blowing, but not as hard as it once was. The pitch from River Joy, right down Tom Hall Street, but misses low, and River barks at himself a little bit. I think he missed a spot. He shakes his head. He could be mad at the umpire, but I don't think so. 3-2, swung on and drilled into right center field on his horse is Sam. He's not going to get there. It's going to split the outfielders. It's going to bang against the wall. Hitting the bag at first on his way to second is Stout. He's going to try for 3. Simmons, the throw is not in time. Yes, it is. He's out. Oh, that's a break for Fort Mill. And Jeremy McCoy is going to come out and argue. So go that as a double. Put out will go 9-6 to 5. So it's a leadoff base hit for Stout, and Coach McCoy will not get his way right there. 9-6 to 5. The next batter is Ethan Wilson. Next up for Rock Hill, left fielder number 5, Ethan Wilson. And I don't blame Stout because he hit the bag at second. He was a head full of steam, and he got the go-ahead, and just a good relay throw. The pitch, outside corner, called a strike. When Gabe Simmons turned around and double clutched, I thought that was going to be the difference between being out and safe, but the umpire, I'll give the umpire a ton of credit, though. The pitch, outside corner at the knees, it's 0-2. The umpire moved inside the bag, inside the line. He was right on top. He was exactly where the umpire moved inside the bag, inside the line. He was right on top. He was exactly where he's supposed to be positionally. The 0-2 swung on and popped up a mile high on the infield right side. Who wants it? Scott Young gives way to Nico, who does the hat trick. He takes off his hat, catches the baseball. I'd love to know what the secret sauce is to that. Nonetheless, 2 up and 2 down for Cooper Parks. Now batting the right fielder, number 11, Cooper Parks. Pitch swung on and a high pop-up right field. Sam Chiz says he's got a beat on it, and he does, and that retires the side. Headed to the bottom of the 4th, 4-1, good guys. No runs for Rock Hill, 1 base hit, no errors, and none men left on base. We head to the bottom of inning number 4. Your score is Fort Mill 4 and Rock Hill 1. Welcome back to the Hive, Sarge. I see you, buddy. And the young man back in the Hive, you see the gentleman in the pink shirt? That is Landon Wolf, Fort Mill graduate. He attends some college called the United States Military Academy. Other people know it as Army. He is a Black Knight. And his girlfriend, Hannah Behrman, is a rising sophomore at Vanderbilt. Put those IQs together and divide by about 5, and you've got mine.
Very familiar with that.
Then again, 0 divided by, or anything divided by 0 is 0. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, it'll be cheese ball to get it started for Fort Mill Post 43.
Undefined, John. Undefined.
Pardon?
Undefined. Can't divide by
Can't divide? Can't divide. Math. Why is it always math? Here's cheese ball. .43, and that slider is a called strike from Cole Canty, still on the bump for Rock Hill. I wasn't sure if he was going to go back out there, but he did. Breaking ball off the corner. It's 1-1. Cole, 3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 1 K, and that last one was his 45th pitch, I believe. The pitch high and inside to Chi. Sweet Chin Music makes it 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 swung on in a hard ground ball. Nice job by the third baseman to just give up his body, uses his midsection to knock it down, 1 up and 1 down. Nice play. That'll bring up Drew Gaff. The lead as we play ball here in the bottom of inning number 4, and that pitch outside the zone is 2 balls and no strikes. I still remember the night when Landon was working up the courage to ask Hannah out, because Hannah was a volleyball player for Fort Mill. That pitch swung on and fouled off the foot of Drew Gaff, and Landon Wolf was a baseball player for the Yellow Jackets. And I still remember the night that he was trying to get her phone number. Man, his face was so red. And I just put my arm around him and I said, I love you, kid. I said, but the worst thing she can say is no. Go get him. And I patted him on the backside. That pitch outside the zone, 3-1 to count. You never know. You never know. She said yes. Must have been a weak moment. I don't know. The 3-1 swung on in a hard ground ball. Off the glove of Cole Canty. It's going to ricochet to Wimmer. That's a base hit. Of the infield variety. I'm just kidding. Landon Wolf is a stand-up young man. His father, Fred, down there as well. Back to the top of the order we go, and Eli. That pitch to Elijah is outside the zone. This is already Eli's 3rd plate appearance. We're only in the bottom of the 4th. So the third time through the order for Canty. The pitch swung on and a line drive deep right center field. The center fielders are going to get it. No, he's not. It's going to bounce behind him, and he caroms into the wall. On his way to third is Brink. And he will make it, and it's a stand-up double for Eli Craddock, and now second and third for Nico Bartolotti. Battle is Bartolotti. Nico is 1 for 2, a single and a run scored. If he singles here, it's 6-1. Because Eli's at second and he loves to run that pitch high and outside. Bottom of the fourth, it's 4-1, but Fort Mill second and third and only one out. Corner infielder is playing in. That pitch is swung on. It's a little Ric Flair. Woo! Out in the right center field. One run is in. Here comes run number 6. Eli is safe. Ball gets away from the pitcher and the catcher. And sliding in at second base is Bartolotti. And it's 6-1, good guys, for Simmons. Straight double, 2 RBIs. Or you'll get a visit from a very beautiful, nice lady down to our right. I'm just trying to help a brother out. But Nico is now 2 for 3. And I believe, if I have my stats correctly, this is just off the top of my head, but I think this still ties Eli and Nico for most hits on the team so far this season. Both of these gentlemen have 2 base hits tonight. And quite honestly, 4 hits between the two of them, that's how many Fort Mill had all of last night. So a much different game tonight. That pitch comes back around to the inside corner. That's a gorgeous pitch from Skylar Hooten. And it's 1-1 to count. 6-1 Fort Mill. Can Fort Mill continue to pile on? Nico Bartolotti gets those long legs going. He can score from second. That pitch is swung on and a fly ball to right field. The right fielder's got a beat on it. He'll catch it for out number 2. Tagging up and then going back to the second base bag is Bartolotti. So Fort Mill is going to tack on to this 6-1 lead. Going to have to do it with 2 outs. And the pitch pops the mid of the catcher, Surratt, but outside the zone, says the home plate umpire. 1-0 the count. Scott Young. Scott tonight is 2 for 2. A double, a single, and 3 RBIs. Other than that, he sucked out loud. 2, 3. His mama's down there. That pitch swung on and fouled out of play. Miss Joanne, she's down there with the camera taking video. Scott just gave her a look-see and smiled real big. His younger brother, Zach, is on the post-43 junior team, and he's off to a good start to his post-43 career. The 1-1 to Scott swung on and fouled out of play. It's 1-2. Now, the same mom, the same dad, totally different structure of body and totally different personality. Pitch from Hooten. Breaking ball stayed high and inside. Fort Mill scored 1 in the first, 2 in the third, and 2 so far here in the fourth. That pitch swung on and popped up a mile high right side, but it too will go out of play foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuces are wild. A runner at second. That's Nico Bartolotti. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. To Scott Young, a Fort Mill graduate, now calls USC Union home. The Fighting Bantams. And if you don't know what a bantam is, it's a type of rooster. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Said no one ever. The pitch swung on and roped to the third baseman. Nice play. And that'll retire the side. But 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. We head to the 5th inning, I believe, and it's 6-1 Fort Mill. First pitch is outside the zone to Jay Douglas. 0 for 1. He grounded out to River Joy back in the second. The pitch swung on and a pop down the first base line. Scott Young and Bartolotti simply run out of time. And it's a ball and a strike to Mr. Douglas. Here at Fort Mill High School, game 2 of a 3-game set. Again, these two teams will play later in the season. And again, I have not heard anything concrete. I've talked to my athletic director, Mac Banks. He's not 100% sure what the playoff structure or brackets will be. In the past, we've seen every team get in, and then some years it's you got to finish in a certain point or a certain level. That pitch just off the inside corner and low, 2 balls and a strike. River Joy wanted that one. If every team gets into the playoffs, then who cares? Because all you want to do is get a seat at the table, and then hopefully you're playing your best baseball. That pitch is swung on and roped into center field. Zach Jennings on his horse. He's back to the track, and he reaches up and makes the catch. Boy, howdy, Douglas sent that one a long way. But Zach Jennings tracks it down, 1 up and 1 down for Champaign. Now batting for Rock Hill, third baseman number 6, Tyler Champaign. River Joy, you can see he kind of moves his glove around. That pitch is swung on, and this is a line drive into right center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Around first on his way to second is Champaign, and he'll throw up the parachute. Hard hit ball off of River Joy. It's another double off the bat of a Rock Hill batter. That's the third double of the night. And a runner in scoring position for Peeler. Now batting first baseman number 17, Jack Peeler. Beg your pardon, number 9, Jack Burton. So there's actually a pinch hitter here for Rock Hill. It's supposed to be Peeler. It's not. It's Jack Burton. So take down number 17 for number 9. Pitch from River Joy is in the dirt. I did call it incorrectly. This is not Peeler. It's Jack Burton. Trying to see if I can find my information on Mr. Burton. Pitch right downtown to say he isn't. It's just I don't know where. And the 1-1 swung on and missed. There's the changeup. 1-2. That's the thing with River Joy. If you don't like the fastball, here's the slider. If you don't like that, here's a change. His jersey whistling in the breeze. The 1-2 off the outside corner. It's 2-2. There are still some nasty clouds around us. However, this is now, in 2 more outs, this will be an official game. So it is what it is. But we hope to get in 7. The pitch tried to bring the slider around the back door and missed. And our fearless leader, the athletic director of Fort Mill, Mr. Mac Banks, is in the house. How you doing, boss? Good to see you. Good to be seen by you. In Bermuda? And, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, brother. Payoff pitch due here to Jack Burton, the pinch hitter, with 1 out. And the pitch to him, outside corner, call strike 3. Burton can't believe it, but that's a great pitch. That is strikeout number 3 for River Joy. 2 down for Surratt. Next up for Rock Hill is the catcher number 24, Jaden Surratt. When he was here, I should have asked him about the playoff format, see if he had heard anything. But per usual, I wasn't thinking on my feet. The pitch swung on in a tapper third base side, but it will go foul before it reaches Eli. That's a break for Rock Hill because Eli has the cannon to sling that thing across the diamond. And I remember when Eli was a sophomore, early in his sophomore year, he was a converted catcher, and he had a hard time fielding bunts. And now look at him play third base, and you can't believe you think he was third baseman his entire career. That pitch tried to bring it in the front door with the old Uncle Charlie, and he missed. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jaden Surratt, a Rock Hill senior or rising senior for the Bearcats. The 1-1 from River swung on and hit a mile-high left field. Coming over is Barshow, giving way is Jennings, and they'll squeeze it, and that'll retire the side. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. So we head to the bottom of the fifth, 6-1, Fort Mill. No runs for Rock Hill on one base hit, no errors, and one man left. We head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Your score, Fort Mill 6, Rock Hill 1. Started. First pitch to Zach Jennings. It's outside the zone for ball one. Zach so far tonight is 1 for 1, a single, an RBI, and a walk. The pitch off the inside corner, 2-0 to Jennings. Three-sport athlete for the Yellow Jackets of Fort Mill. All-region point guard for the basketball Yellow Jackets, who have a new coach, by the way, a new head coach. The 2-0 swung on and a missile. Center field. The center fielder on his horse, still going back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. It bangs off the bottom of the wall. And now he can't find it. Zach Jennings on his horse. He's going to hit the bag at second, and he's going to stroll into third base with a stand-up leadoff triple. So Skylar Hooten is greeted rudely, English, somewhere in there. Grommer, as my daughter likes to say. The pitch to Sam swung on and fouled off. Dwayne Hartsoe, the longtime athletic director, I think this next year, 2023-24, will be his 12th year, I believe, as the athletic director of Fort Mill High School. Could be his 13th. I think it's his 12th, I think. The pitch swung on and whistled out of play foul. A little quick history of basketball and athletic directors. Bailey Jackson was the athletic director at Fort Mill High School. There is a state championship banner in the gym that's got his name on it. And then his beloved Clover Blue Eagles needed a new AD, and he filled that spot. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Down goes Sam. Zach will stay at second base for Barshow. And then when Bailey Jackson went home to the Clover Blue Eagles, be the athletic director and the head basketball coach. Breaking ball stays high to Barshow. Some guy named Dwayne Hartsoe moved to Fort Mill High School and became the King Bee here at the Hive. And he was the head basketball coach for those 11 seasons. The 1-0 in the dirt, bounced up there 2-0. If I remember correctly, I know this for a fact, Dwayne Hartsoe is the all-time winningest coach in Fort Mill men's basketball history. I think in his 11 years as head coach of the Jackets, he won 5 region titles or 6. But he made the playoffs, I think, in every year, but maybe 1. Bailey Jackson, a similar record for the Clover Blue Eagles. The most fun I've ever had in basketball, which is not my best sport to broadcast, that pitch outside the zone is 3-0 to Barshow. It's probably my worst, honestly. I suck at all of them, but I'm really bad at basketball. But Bailey Jackson and Dwayne Hartsoe going toe-to-toe is like watching 2 people play chess. Those 2 guys know each other like the back of their hand. It's fun to watch. The 3-0 outside the zone, ball 4 to Barshow. Runners at the corners for Fort Mill, only 1 down for Pankowski. So runners at the corners, only 1 down for Cheese. He got his nickname in middle school. I believe Jager went to Gold Hill Middle, and that's going to bring a visit to the mound by Jeremy McCoy. So you have to think about it. Okay, you're in the 5th inning. You're down by 5. You've got runners at the corners, less than 2 outs. And is Jeremy going to turn around and call back-to-back timeouts? You can't do that. That is allowed, but he does not. I think he's just kind of becoming what I affectionately refer to as a human rain delay. The pitch swung on and a chopper, third base side, and it eats up the third baseman in the left field. Jennings will score. On his horse into third is Barshow. That'll be an E5, and it's 7-1. And the line continues for Gavin. The extra point. It's 7-1. Zach Jennings, that leadoff triple, comes home to roost. Cannot give an RBI, though, because it was scored on an error. The pitch, inside corner, but below the knees. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Drew Gaff, who has 1 for 2 tonight, a single and a ground out to short. It was 1-0 Rock Hill in the first inning, believe it or not. That pitch low and outside, 2-0, and they had all the momentum. Fort Mill tied it, and then Fort Mill took the lead in the 3rd inning. It's added 2 more in the 4th. They've added another one here in the 5th. The other teams in that tournament this weekend, Davison County, Queen City, Cherryville. The pitch, going to square around a bunt, bunts it foul. The 3 teams for South Carolina are Fort Mill, Rock Hill, and Florence. Check it out when I tell you this. Those 3 teams for South Carolina, that is the 2022 state champion, the 2021 state champion, and the 2021 state runner-up. Not exactly chopped liver, but Cherryville's really dang good. So it should be a lot of fun. Get your tickets now. It's a lot of good baseball for a really good price. That slider off the outside corner is 3-1. It'll be Friday afternoon, Saturday all day, Sunday all day. And guess what? I'll be here the entire freaking time. I'm going to bring an army cot, a portable toilet, and a portable refrigerator, along with some IV units and lots of pain medicine. I might even sneak a little Jim or Jack in there. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Just take the edge off. That pitch swung on into the screen, 3-2. Brandon's shaking his head. He feels it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be some long days, but that's going to be some really good baseball. Those teams are going to battle it out. And you're wondering, why are you playing a tournament like that? You want to cut your teeth against the best competition because when it comes to playoff time, you want to be gritty. You want to be ready. That's the only way to do it. Payoff pitch. Over the out, or it's actually ball 4. It doesn't matter. They can tag him till the cows come home. It's ball 4. It's a walk. So that'll load the bases back to the top of the If Eli gets his third base hit of the night, Fort Mill will turn the screw on Rock Hill. Sign around third is Cheese. He will score easily. It's a 2 RBI single for Eli Craddock, and Fort Mill has busted open. It's 9-1. And here comes Bartolotti. Give them heck, Nico. Pitch, swung on a foul, straight back. Nice hack by Bartolotti. We had a lot of fun in the dugout during the rain delay. These Clover kids, they can spin a phrase. I heard a really good dad joke, by the way, earlier today. I told it to them, and they actually laughed. I'll probably get in trouble for saying it on the air, but I'm going to say it anyway. The 1-1 to Bartolotti, swung on, and it shot deep in the hole at short. They're going to go to second, but the ball sails into right field. Coming home to score is Brink. That'll go as an E6, and it's 10-1 Fort Mill. Second error of the night for Rock Hill. And here's Simmons. So 2 balls and a strike to Scott Young. Scott is 2 for 3, a double, a single, 3 RBIs, and he hit a rocket to the third baseman who made a great play. The 2-1 to Scott. Went to check his swing. Did he? Yes, he did. Now it's 3-1, and one more outside the zone will be ball game. So what do you throw here if you're Hunter Latham? All 4 infielders on the lip of the grass. The 3-1 to Scott, swung on and missed, had a home run cut, foul tipped into the glove. It's now 3-2. And now if you're Scott, shorten up your swing, spread out a little bit, and just find a hole. Don't have to give it a daddy hack. Just keep the bat through the zone as long as you possibly can. The payoff pitch to Scott Young. Here it comes, and it's in the dirt. It's ball 4, and that's game. Coming home to score will be Craddock. Your final score is Fort Mill 11, and it's in the dirt. It's ball 4, and that's game. Coming home to score will be Craddock. Your final score is Fort Mill 11 and Rock Hill 1. Back with the totals after this. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the ball game. Your final score, Fort Mill 11 and Rock Hill 1. Thanks so much for coming out tonight, supporting these wonderful players and coaches. We really do appreciate it. Thank you for braving the weather as well. Game 3 of this set will be tomorrow night back here at Fort Mill High School, 7 o'clock first pitch. See y'all then, and until then, so long, everybody. So Fort Mill gets the victory.